last night I talked about something that is new to me. Finding out through, I did some ADHD testing, and they said, no, I don't have ADHD. And the reason I was tested for it is because I was wondering what was my problem. I don't focus well, and I don't remember stuff well. I forget things really easy. Been that way since, I don't know, at least when I was a teenager, preteen, teenager, always forgetting shit. Come to find out, he thinks it's more of hypervigilance, because I pick things apart. I'm always looking for signs of always being derailed, or, not like I think everybody's out to get me. It's more so in relationships, and I pick things apart with that, like the least little things. I don't know. If we're having a conversation and my spouse's voice gets elevated, I read into it. If, I've said this before, little things, stupid things that might not mean nothing. If something's just not quite where it should be, or, if something's a little off, if she's not exactly home when she should be, or she's home when she shouldn't be, or when she normally wouldn't be. And every single time there's been nothing wrong, but my mind wanders. Well, why? But they're thinking it's because there's some sort of PTSD that has happened from when I went through my divorce, to prior to the divorce, being cheated on and catching somebody in lies, the deceit, being fooled. It's like I'm afraid of being fooled again, and I don't want to feel stupid. I don't want to feel like I was taken advantage of. So I'm like hypervigilant. I'm paying attention to everything that probably doesn't need to be paid attention to. Stuff that's, minor, or stuff that's meaningless that I will create meaning for. So it's a tough one. But yeah, I need to talk about that, and I need to talk about, at some point, what people's relationships are like. I went through a marriage that we were together about 18 years, and then by the time 18 had come around, we split up. 18 and a half years we had split up, and by the time we were married for 20 years, we had already pretty much decided that we were done. So from the 18 mark to the 20 mark, we had moments of together, not together, together, not together. But there was probably more solid, at least a year or a year and a half, maybe, out of the two, where we just weren't together no more. And then by 20 years was when we finally got divorced. And I forgot where I was going with this. But there was a lot of stuff that came from that, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I was upset when it happened, but I wouldn't have thought that it would cause trauma or PTSD. I just didn't. There was some other stuff way back from my childhood, and it was pretty significant stuff, but even that I wouldn't have thought would give me these issues, because I've just always been really, I don't want to say tough, strong. Sorry if I keep flinching my eye. There's like something in my eye. I don't want to say the wrong words, but I was strong. I don't know. It's always seemed like I was able to pass it off like it wasn't a big deal, and it's a very big deal. A really, really big deal. One so big I'm not sure I want to disclose it because anyway, there's that. So there's that happened a long, long time ago. And we're talking like 40 plus years ago, and I'm only 50, so it was a long time ago. It was like I was around 5 years old, 6 years old, somewhere around there. I don't really remember. I just remember where I lived and the place that I lived. We were only there for a certain amount of years, so I kind of like put two and two together. But so there's that, and then there's the divorce, and then the divorce. I always say the divorce because that's the easiest way to label it. It wasn't the divorce that rocked my boat. It was the prior to the divorce. It was all the, like I said, the deceit, finding out things. When things started getting uncovered and I started finding stuff out, it became, I don't know. That's just when I started paying attention. And that's when I started realizing I'd been fooled. And when you've been fooled like that, it just, I don't know, it sits for a long time. And I don't know if that's everybody. I know that's how it is for me. And I also know everybody deals with things differently. But all of that being said, I've always been pretty strong. I've always been like, nah, I'm tough. Yeah, just dust yourself off and move on. You're going to be fine. And you never know if you're going to be fine. But that's what you tell yourself, and that's how you keep moving forward. And that's how I've gotten where I am. But obviously, it's made some sort of effect because they tested me fully for ADHD, and I didn't have it. And he said that all of this other stuff, the hypervigilance, the PTSD, could definitely cause ADHD symptoms. So, I'm gonna have to start talking to somebody, try to get to the root of this crap and see what's going on. And I don't know if somebody is watching this and they have some of these issues, I'd like to know about it. If you left a comment, it gives me something to bounce off of. It gives me insight, This is new to me. Maybe somebody else that's watching this, maybe you have been through something and you've got some pointers for me, or you've got, I don't know, something. I know a lot of people watch YouTube to get help. They watch YouTube to learn something. I watch and use YouTube to learn stuff, but I also use this as an outlet, a way for me to vent, or a way for me to get things out from here out to here, this area. And it's really good when somebody comments and says, well, like, I've been through this. I know exactly how you're feeling. You get like validation. You get, I don't know, there's just a lot that comes, I get a lot of benefits. And, what's even cooler is when they comment and they ask me if we can, maybe go into something else or talk about some other thing. It gives me other ideas for videos, other ideas for things that we can discuss. And I love discussion. One of my hardest things is trying to talk for a lengthy amount of time without somebody else to talk to. So I tend to want to do stuff where there's me and a guest, then we have something to bounce off of each other. One, you say one thing and somebody's got a rebuttal for it, or they can add to it, or they can argue it, or there's just more to it, more depth. So it's tough. It's tough when you're doing this by yourself and you're trying to come up with a complete, full conversation with just one person and a camera. So yeah, but again, like I said, if anybody is watching this and has some sort of insight or has a question you would like me to help you with, maybe we can help each other. So that'd be kind of cool. Again, if you enjoyed this, if you got anything out of it, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up. I would really like to see you comment. I would like the engagement. And if you are interested in stuff like this, I do a lot of other videos on this channel. Well, I have some other videos. I shouldn't say a lot. But I talk about real world stuff. Hence the name. So, and which I might be changing. The name is the Clay Allen Chronicles. I think I'm going to change that. to Clay Allen Raw, because that's what I do. I like to talk about raw stuff, raw emotion, raw stories, just real shit that everybody thinks about and doesn't always talk about. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.